Welcome students to session number 65. This is the revision session of chapter number 5, that is laws of motion. Today we are going to discuss a very important and very vast topic, that is friction. So starting with friction, what exactly friction means? Now friction is nothing but when a body moves or tends to move on the surface of another body, a force comes into play which is parallel to the contact surface and opposes the relative motion. This opposing force is known as friction. The force which comes into play which is parallel to the contact of surface contact and which opposes the relative motion is known as what? Frictional force. Clear? So I can write when a body moves or tends to move over the surface of another body, when a body moves or tends to move over the surface of another body, a force comes into play which is parallel to the surface of contact, and opposes the relative motion This opposing force is called friction. This opposing force is called friction. Clear? 100%. Suppose I am saying that if a wooden block is lying on the floor, then if an applying force is in this direction, then you can say applied force is in this direction. You'll be able to see that a force which comes into play which is parallel to the contact surface. This is nothing but what? Contact surface. You can write more precisely. I can show you this is your contact surface, and this is nothing but what? Your frictional force. Clear? Which is opposite to what? Applied force. Clear? Which opposes the relative motion is known as what? Frictional force, which is parallel to the surface and opposes the real motion, or you can say the motion that is being executed by applying force is known as friction. Till this clear? Suppose in the second example I can take that if applied force changes its direction. Suppose if applied force is like this, we'll be able to see that there is opposing motion like this which is parallel to the surface. This is nothing but what? Frictional force. This is nothing but frictional. This is A figure, this is B. We'll be able to conclude one thing from over here, is that is the direction of friction. The direction of frictional force is opposite to that of applied force, or you can say direction of motion. More you can say applied force. Hope it is clear perfectly. Very good. Now moving ahead to types of this, we are going to move ahead with types of friction. Which are the types of friction we can study? That is static, limiting, kinetic and rolling. We are going to study 4 types of friction: static friction, limiting friction, kinetic friction, and one more is rolling friction. Clear? Let's see one by one in detail. Let me erase the board, please. Now we are going to study the very first type, that is static friction. Clear? Now to study static friction, I will tell you. Suppose consider a wooden block. Placed over horizontal surface. A force is applied in order to move the block. A force is applied to the wooden block but it does not moves, but it does not moves. Now we are able to notice that a wooden block lying on the surface of plain horizontal surface. We can say this is the figure, clear, and a force is applied on it like this. Here similar amount of frictional force is developed which is parallel to the contact surface, but which balances the applied force. Hence the block does not move. So I can write block does not moves. Clear? Because your F is equal to Fs. F is equal to Fs. Frictional force is equal to applied force. So I can write, consider a wooden block placed over horizontal surface. The force is applied to the wooden block but it does not move because the force of friction balances the applied force. Till this clear? 100%. Now moving to the definition of what? Static friction. The definition of the static friction says that, can anyone tell me what exactly the definition of static friction says that? Yes, the force of friction which comes into play between two bodies, the force of friction that comes into play between two bodies, before the body actually starts moving over the surface of another body, before the body actually starts to move over the surface of another body, is called static friction, denoted by letter F subscript S. Clear? The force of friction that comes into play between two bodies before one body just starts to move over the surface of another body. Here it says that just starts to move. Here motion does not happen. You can say that static friction opposes impending motion. Impending motion means the motion that is going to take place but does not take place in presence of applied force when friction is absent. Clear? So here you can say one important point, static friction opposes impending motion. Sir, what is impending motion? Impending motion is nothing but the motion that is going to take place but does not take place. That is going to take place but does not take place if force is applied in presence of applied force when friction is absent. Till this clear? So I can write one more thing over here. Static friction opposes impending motion. You can write impending motion, that is the motion going to take place. The motion would take place but does not take place on applied force, or you can say on application of force if friction is absent. Here this is nothing but what? Your impending motion. Perfectly clear? Impending motion is nothing but the motion that is going to happen but does not happen on application of force if friction is absent. Hope it is clear perfectly. Very good. Now moving ahead to the next topic, that is, now you will be able to notice one thing over here, that if you are increasing the applied force, what happens? The frictional force increases in order to balance the applied force. Means if you start increasing the applied force, you will be able to notice that the static frictional force also increases and the object does not move. Clear? But one time it comes when you will be able to see, if you are applying the force and if you are increasing beyond certain limit, you will be able to notice that the block just begins to move. That is nothing but you can say limiting friction force. Now, sir, question arises, what is definition of limiting frictional force? The maximum static frictional force which comes into play between two bodies when one body just start to move over the surface of another body. Here the word is just starts to move, just begins to move over the surface of another body is called limiting frictional force, provided your Fs max, that is always greater than or equal to Fs, or your static friction is less than your limiting friction. Clear? So I can write over here, when the applied force increases, the static frictional force also increases. The static friction also increases in order to balance, very good, in order to balance the applied force, in order to balance the applied force. Clear? You'll be able to notice if you are increasing your applied force, the static frictional force also increases to counter your applied force and the block does not move. So I can write the block does not move. On increasing the applied force beyond certain limit, on increasing the applied force beyond certain limit, the object begins to move. You can say the block begins to move. Block begins to move, very good, is called limiting friction, provided your static friction is less than limiting friction is Fs max. Limiting friction is Fs max. Clear? You're able to notice that if you are increasing force for that comes one instance when you are beyond increasing certain limit, you'll be able to see that the block just begins to move. The object just begins to move. That is nothing but what your limiting friction. Clear? Your limiting friction is greater than or equal to static friction, that is Fs. Hope it is perfectly clear. 100%. So I can write a definition of limiting friction as the maximum static frictional force, denoted by Fs max, which comes into play between two bodies when one body just begins to move over the surface of another body, is called limiting friction. Hope it is perfectly clear. Now you will be able to notice that as the block begins to move, frictional force decreases. So now a smaller amount of force is required in order to keep it in motion. So you can say that when block starts moving, or you can say when block is moving, frictional force reduces and now a smaller amount of force is needed, and smaller amount of force is required to maintain motion. Till this clear? As soon as the block starts moving, what will happen? The frictional force reduces and you now need a smaller force in order to maintain its motion. Till this clear? Because on application you are increasing force beyond certain limit and then the body just begins to move over the surface of another body. That is limiting friction. Once the body comes into motion, then friction reduces and now you need to apply a very smaller amount of force in order to make it in order to maintain the motion of an object. Clear perfectly? Okay, now fine, moving to the next, that is kinetic friction. Now moving ahead to that is the third type, that is kinetic friction or dynamic friction. Kinetic friction or dynamic friction. Dynamic friction. Here you will able to notice one thing, that is kinetic friction or dynamic friction is nothing but the force of friction that comes into play when one body is in a steady state of motion over the surface of another body. Clear? First it was just about to move, then static. When it begins to move, then it is limiting. Clear? Now when the body moves in steady motion over the surface of another, that is kinetic friction. The three important words in order to define static, kinetic and limiting. If the body is just begin to move, you can say over the surface, that is known as limiting friction. If the body is in a steady state of motion over the surface of another body, then it is kinetic friction. So here you can write out when a body, or you can say write the force of friction which comes into play when a body is in steady state motion over the surface of another body, is called kinetic, or another name is dynamic friction. Kinetic or dynamic friction, denoted by letter Fk. Clear? The force of friction which comes into play when one body is in steady motion over the surface of another body, that is known as what? Static friction or dynamic friction, Fk. One thing over here you can write, the kinetic friction opposes the actual relative motion. Till this clear? One thing you can notice over here, if your applied force is equal to kinetic frictional force, therefore you can write net force, that is equal to F minus Fk, that is what? 0. Implies body moves with uniform velocity. Now how you can prove, sir, it's uniform velocity? I can give you one equation, V is equal to U plus AT. Clear? Here they have told that net force is 0. Force is what? Mass into acceleration. Here net force is 0. Implies this mass can never be 0. Now what is going to be 0? Your acceleration. So A is 0. I can put A is 0 over here. So 0 into T. So I am going to get V is equal to U. This implies velocity remains constant. Clear? I have proved the word why velocity remains constant, because here you can see your initial velocity and final velocity are same. If your force is 0, implies your acceleration is 0, because mass cannot be 0. Mass is constant, so it implies that acceleration is 0. And if acceleration is 0, you can notice one thing over here, that is I am putting A 0, I can find out V is equal to U. That means my initial velocity and final velocity remains same throughout the motion, means your velocity remains constant. Clear? If your velocity remains constant, if F is equal to Fk, net force is equal to 0, that is body moves with uniform velocity over the entire path, you can say. But now the second case we are going to study over here, that is if, let me erase the board please. If capital F, applied force, is now greater than frictional force, so net force that is equal to what? F minus Fk, bigger value minus smaller value. Yes or no? And in the previous case it was equal, so answer was 0. But here now applied force is greater than what? Kinetic friction. Applied force is greater than, I can write kinetic friction. So my net force acting on it, that is nothing but greater force minus smaller force, F minus Fk. Now body will accelerate. The body will accelerate with acceleration Now we have formula F is equal to mm. F net force is nothing but F minus Fk, that is equal to ma. The body is going to accelerate with acceleration a, that is equal to F minus small fk divided by m. Clear? Our body is going to accelerate with the acceleration F minus fk divided by m. This much value of acceleration will be there, and the body is going to accelerate now if your applied force is more than that of what? Kinetic friction. Clear perfectly? Now I want to show you the variation of what? Friction versus applied force. So here I can write variation of friction, that is small f, over applied force capital F. Here I am plotting a graph over here. You will be able to notice one thing. This is your applied force I am taking over here. Applied force, that is your capital F, and here is your friction, that is your small f. Clear? On increasing applied force, you will be able to know that static friction also increases. Clear? What happens? Like this. So here this is your static friction. This is your static friction denoted by letter Fs. This is nothing but your limiting friction. This is nothing but your limiting friction, that is Fs max. And this is your nothing but kinetic friction, that is your Fk. Kinetic friction. Clear? With increasing static, we increase in applied force, friction increases, that is static friction. Beyond static, you are having limiting friction, and that you are having kinetic friction. You can conclude that Fk, that is less than, you can say that Fk is less than or equal to Fs max. Clear? Is less than or equal to Fs max. Kinetic friction is less than limiting friction. Clear? Thank you so much.